Well, hello, everybody. I'm just opening up the room here, letting people in. We're going to get this show on the road shortly. I'm going to ask everybody to mute themselves in case you have any background noise. Um, if you have cameras, it's really fun to be able to see who I'm talking to. If you don't, that's okay too. While we're getting started here, why don't we just all drop into the chat where we are calling in from today? I am in Oklahoma. It is cold and rainy here today. And we have Tamara in the house from Tyler, Texas. Excellent. All the way from Michigan. Oh boy. I imagine if what I call cold, I imagine it's only got to be worse in Michigan and Texas. It is, Michael says. West Plains, Missouri. Excellent. Excellent. Well, I see we are at the top of the hour. Oh, Mike, you can't do that to us. 80 degrees. Lovely. It looks like we've got just a couple more people rolling in yet, at least one more here. I guess if any stragglers show up, we will let them in. I'll keep an eye on the chat. Well, welcome here, everybody. We're doing round number two of the AI takeover. Is your shop ready to be found? So I did this webinar about 2 months ago, had a lot of people come and attend. It's a very relevant topic that we really need to talk about. So I decided to run it again. If you've been here before for it, I apologize, but you're welcome again to listen and see if there's anything new you can learn. Maybe just a little bit of housekeeping before we get started. I am just going to ask you to stay on mute. I will give some time at the end for Q&A that you can come off and ask any questions if you have any questions. Feel free to drop any questions in the chat as well. I have Wendell here from my team. He's going to be monitoring the chat if I miss anything. So feel free to drop any questions in there if you have anything along the way. Welcome, Wendell. And we are going to get rolling. I would say this is probably going to go around 30 minutes, give or take, for this presentation. I'm going to start sharing my screen because I just noticed I hadn't done that yet. So I'll share my screen. If you don't mind just dropping a one in the chat, somebody, so I know that you can see my screen, you can see my smiling mugshot there. Excellent. I see some ones rolling in, so perfect. You can see that. We are ready to roll. Let's move on to the next slide. So, of course, congratulations to you for taking the time to be here. I know you all are very busy and you could be doing other and much more urgent things, and potentially they could feel much more important. But you're that shop owner who's working on your business, not necessarily in the business. And I I know how difficult that is to work on the business rather than the business. So by being here, you are already ahead. Just a couple things, I guess, housekeeping things. If you could just give me your full attention, silence your phones, turn off Facebook, go ahead, save your questions to the end. If you're a shop owner or manager and you're serious about how AI search is changing things, this is going to be definitely a helpful webinar for you. Here's just a few things what we're going to cover. So we're going to cover how AI is already changing local search, why traditional SEO, which stands for search engine optimization, and maps are no longer enough, what AI looks for and how to show up, the 3 steps to future-proof your shop's visibility, and also how you can book a free AI strategy session with me and my team. Just a little bit about me, if you don't know this already. I grew up in an auto body repair family and managed our family shop for quite a number of years, left that in 2021. I'm the founder of Body Shop Marketing. I'm also the author of the Complete Guide to Internet Marketing for Auto Body Shops. I don't have a copy here with me at my desk, but if you want a copy, just drop your address and name into the chat or DM it directly to me if you don't want everyone else seeing it. I think you can direct chat me as well. I'd be happy to mail one to you if you're interested in getting your hands on one of those physical copies. Also a speaker at OCABA, CCCA, and other industry events. Body Shop Marketing, we are members of SCRS, ABAT, which is the Texas Auto Body Association, and also the Oklahoma Auto Body Association. Huge shout out to SCRS and any state associations out there. I would say if you are not participating in an association like this, I'm just going to give them a little plug right here. Definitely get involved. It helps to move the whole industry forward when we all take part in that. And of course, we now serve shops from coast to coast, which is super fun and exciting. All right. So, what I'm about to tell you is outdated. AI is changing and evolving faster than we have ever seen anything change before. So, I'm just telling you right now, it's outdated as we speak. Google isn't the only search engine anymore. I would love to see a raise of hands. And why don't we just do this in the chat since I can't see you guys? Drop a one in the chat if you use any type of AI platform. I see some ones rolling in. Let's drop a two if you're like a really avid user of AI search engines, AI in general. I am probably a 10 on that scale. I use AI all the time. So as we're seeing, and a lot of you are using AI already. So Google isn't the only search engine anymore. People are using things like ChatGPT, Grok, Gemini, and a whole host of other AI tools. AI is answering with a short list where they're giving answers. So if your shop is not in that answer, you're not even an option. Here's a couple screenshots of this is from a client of ours. We have a 2023 Tesla Model Y customer come into his funnel from ChatGPT. So there we had somebody start the search on ChatGPT and make their way right into our clients into their website and request an estimate. So it is happening right now, and this is going to change the world. Let's go on to the next slide. There we go. I'm calling it the search revolution. This is unprecedented. I am sure the majority of you on this call can probably remember Yellow Pages. So if you think about the change that was made when people went from looking in the Yellow Pages to looking on Google for a local business, the AI search is going to be more drastic, more unprecedented, more disruptive than going from the Yellow Pages book to Google. This is ultimately an opportunity, though, for shops that are staying ahead of this curve. Here I took a few screenshots. What's changing? As you can see, AI searches here. It's happening right now. It's not the future. And I just did a few searches. There's one on the left-hand side from Google. This is the AI overview that Google is now giving. And I love the AI overviews. That's what I want to see. I don't want to scroll any further than that. So you want to be that shop in the AI overview. The middle one is Grok. Here again, I just went and did a simple search in Grok for auto body shops. And then the one on the right-hand side is ChatGPT, which is obviously another big, or one of the biggest players in the AI world at the moment. And You see, I asked, I think, the same question there. Now, I would like to do a live demonstration. Could somebody just tell me what, actually, a bunch of you told me what city you were from before. Any of you want to volunteer to be the guinea pig? I'm going to do a chat GPT search. And if you drop your city into the first person to drop their city into the chat, I will pretend I'm at your city. And it looks like we are at, oh my goodness. How in the world do you say that? Is that just like far? I guess probably Pharr. Look at that. Far, Texas. Well, I'm going to go to Far, Texas. And all right, I'm just going to I'm going to do it here. Hopefully you can, I think I'll turn up the volume on my phone. You should be able to hear this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend I'm in Far, I've had an accident, and I need the best auto body shop around me. All right, let me find my ChatGPT app, and we are going to get rocking and rolling here. All right. Hey, are you ready to help me?
Absolutely. I'm here and ready to help. Whatever you need, just let me know and we'll tackle it together.
Okay, so I have a problem. Actually, it's a pretty big problem. I was traveling through Far, Texas, and was on my way there for a business trip, hit a deer on the way, and damaged my car. It's still somewhat drivable, but I would like to get it fixed while I'm there. And I really need to find the best auto body shop there in Far, Texas. Um, I have Progressive Insurance. I have no idea what shops they're recommending I use, but what would you recommend as the best shop in Far, Texas?
So, a few good options in far Texas would include places like Caliber on East Ferguson Ave or CarStar Collision Specialists in North Cage Boulevard. They're familiar with progressive claims and they offer things like free estimates and insurance assistance. I'd suggest giving one or two of them a quick call just to confirm everything lines up.
Okay. Are you sure those are the best shops for me? Like I know a little bit about fixing cars, so I'd like to make sure my car is perfect.
Absolutely. I get it. You want top notch quality, especially since you know your way around a car. In that case, I'd say those shops I mentioned are still a strong starting point, but it's always a good idea to read a few recent reviews or even ask the shop directly about their experience with more meticulous repairs. If you want a truly top tier result, you could also ask if they have any manufacturer certifications or if they specialize in high end collision. That way, you'll know you're putting your car in the hands of people who really focus on perfection.
Okay, got it. So I drive a Ford, and I'm wondering, is there any shops in Far Texas that have Ford certification?
So I didn't find a specific list of Ford certified shops right off the bat, but some reputable places in FAR like Vic's Auto Rebuilders or Millennium Collision Center are good candidates to ask directly. Just give them a quick call to see if they have Ford certifications or specialize in Ford repairs, and they should be able to let you know.
All right, thank you. I really don't like your answers, but thank you anyways.
You're welcome, though I'm sorry to hear the answers weren't exactly what you're hoping for. If there's anything else you want to dig into or any other angle we can try, just let me know, and I'll do my best to help out.
All right, I think we're going to stop with that. So, as you can see there, ChatGPT doesn't necessarily know everything, but they definitely gave me some recommendations. If I was the average consumer that didn't know anything about fixing cars, guess where I would probably be headed? It would probably be one of those that they offered to me. Now, I was pushing back. I was digging in a little bit because I was curious if there was any other angles that we could get some more information out of chat gpt from. But anyways, just a quick illustration of how this goes. We have people going on chat gpt and looking for an answer. They're not looking for options. They're not looking for links to click on. They just want a simple answer, and then they can just go ahead and make that phone call or make the decision. So, like I just finished saying, search isn't just search anymore. No more 10 blue links to click through. None of us want to do that anymore. Honestly, we don't want to click through all these links. We just want an answer. No more map pack, just 1 to 3 direct answers. Try Caliber. Here again, I disagree with that answer, but try whatever shop that AI is suggesting. Here's something I'd like to introduce you to. In our marketing world, we call it the zero click world. And I'm going to try to explain this as clearly as I can. And I think you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Most people don't click anymore. And here again, I'm guessing if I would get you to drop a 1 in the chat, how many of us like to just go to Google and find the answer that we're looking for right there in Google? I'm guessing the majority of you would put a 1 in the chat. We like to find our answers without having to click around and go to all kinds of websites to figure out exactly what we should be doing. So, hence, zero clicks. We don't have people clicking through to websites anymore because now Google is serving us the answers right there, and Google's AI is serving us the answers right there. And when we're on ChatGPT, we're getting the answers right there. We don't have to go out to the websites anymore. So it's called zero click search. So we need to make sure that our websites, and I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. I'm so excited to share this with you, but I'm getting a little ahead of myself. We got to make sure that our websites are serving this information to the search engines, the AI search engines, the Google search engines, to make sure that they have the data to then serve to the prospects that are searching. So I'd like you to introduce you to the term AEO. You might be familiar with SEO, which stands for search engine optimization. That's been around for decades. Now, what do we call it when we are optimizing for AI? I don't know. Nobody really knows yet, but I'm calling it answer engine optimization because we have engines that are producing answers, whether it's ChatGPT, whether it's Gemini, whether it's Grok. So I'd like you to introduce you to engine answer optimization. AI picks based on trust and structure. So now we're getting a little bit more into the nuts and bolts of things. AI is not just ranking pages anymore, it's choosing entities. So basically, you need to consider your whole shop's brand as a holistic perspective to ensure that you are showing up in the AI searches. AI doesn't just scan keywords, it's actually building a profile for your shop. So, there again, your whole brand needs to be holistic online. And this profile comes from basically anywhere the AI can find information about you, whether it's your online business listings, on Yellow Pages, on Yelp, your website structure. And typically, this is on the backside of the website that no one ever sees. Maybe the web developers set it up. It is creating a profile from what it can find there. And I'll give you a little interesting thing that I found one time. I was doing some research on a shop's website, and it had a basically a blocker saying that no AI was allowed on that website. So no AI engines could crawl the website. Well, guess what? That is terrible website structure for a shop's website to have. You want them to access it to get that data. Your profile comes from online reviews. So whether it's your Google business profile, Facebook, CarWise, Yelp, AI is looking for reviews wherever they are online. It's also pulling data from Q&As, FAQs to help create this profile. So FAQs are huge. Commonly asked questions, give answers to them. You are then providing data from your website to the AI search engines, and also mentions on other sites. So whether that's CarWise, maybe it's your local chamber of commerce, maybe it's BBB, anywhere that your business, your website is mentioned, it is helping AI to create this profile. AI is developing confidence scoring on your business. How confident are they in suggesting you as that best shop when somebody's in an accident, they hit a deer? They need help. How confident are they in recommending you as the answer? So we need to consider things like consistency, reputation, structured data, third party validation. So I'm going to go back to structured content. I hope this isn't too much in the weeds, but I would say if you're working with a marketing agency or you're working with a web developer, here's some things to consider and maybe some things to ask them about and get their opinion on. If AI can't read your site, it doesn't know anything about you other than other bits and pieces it can find. So we want your website built in a way that AI can readily access it, grab the information, grab the data, and feed it up as part of the answers that it's giving to the prospects that are searching on the search engines and on the AI search engines. So your site needs local business schema, autobody schema, FAQ schema, services reviews, web page schema. And I'm using this word schema over and over again. And here again, go talk to your marketing agency. They'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Make sure that is structured correctly. And you want to use natural language answers to real customer questions. And like I had mentioned before, this is where FAQ pages or FAQs on your homepage on your website is a great place to feed data and information to the AI searches that are going on. So, the elephant in the room is this. Is local search engine optimization dead? And the answer is no, it is not dead. And I'm just going to throw this in here right now. If you want to find out how your shop's local SEO is ranking, feel free to scan that code and that'll take you to a page where you can fill out a few questions about your shop and you can book some time with us to find out how is your local SEO doing for you. Now let's carry on. Why is local SEO not dead? It's because local SEO is the foundation, it's the groundwork for an effective AEO strategy. So without good local SEO, you have nothing to build on. So it is a starting point. What is maybe some of the differences between AEO versus SEO? Well, local SEO isn't dead, but it's also not enough. Like just the traditional SEO is not enough. You need to start focusing on the brand holistically. You need to make sure your data is structured. Make sure you're asking real questions and directly answering them on your website. And another one that I'll throw in here is on your Google business profile as well. And also be sure you're sending trust signals for AI. And this is coming from your Google business profile, it's coming from your website. All right, let's review just a little bit. What is AI looking for? A lot of these we touched on already, but I'm just going to hit on them again. 5 signals that tell AI you're the best answer. So be sure you're leveraging your Google business profile, optimizing that, using it every day, every week to make sure that you're sending those signals to AI. Also, I'm back to the schema structured website. Make sure your website is structured correctly for the AI bots to crawl and get the data. Online reviews, make sure you keep a recent and relevant reviews on your Google business profile, on your CarWise account, potentially even some on your Yelp account. Just try to make sure you keep a robust volume of online reviews consistently coming in. Also, consistent citations across the internet. So there are hundreds of online directories, and they have your name, your address, your phone number. Ensure that those are all consistent across the internet. And also external mentions. So things like I mentioned before, if you're part of the Chamber of Commerce, be sure that they have a section on their website about you where they reference your shop, they give your name, your address, your phone number, the link to your website. Those kinds of things are very, very good, especially when you can get some high authority websites like your Chamber of Commerce, your Rotary Club, BBB, places like that to mention your business. So leverage those local connections as much as you can. All right. What are three things to fix right now? I'd like you to just be able to take away a few actionable things. Number one that you can do today is you can go into your Google business profile and get that cleaned up, get it optimized, structure your website for machines. That's probably going to take some more expert help, whether it's your marketing agency, whoever built your website for you. Make sure that's structured correctly so the bots and the machines can read that. And then also building trust across the internet. Here again, make sure you're thinking holistically as a brand and across the internet, touching different channels as well. Let's talk a little bit about the danger of doing nothing. So, the longer you wait, the harder it gets. AI search is quickly becoming mainstream. And I like to think of it as this wave rolling in. And if we just stick our head in the sand and hope it goes away, we're going to get caught big time. The shops that ride this wave are going to be exponentially ahead of those that don't. The AI engines are choosing winners right now. That is a fact. The search engines as we know them are dying, and you can see that. If you think back even just 1 or 2 years in Google, how much that Google has changed, they are changing, they're adapting, and there's going to be some big changes coming down the line as we know things. Paid ads are definitely going to change. So if your structure, if your business, if your shop is driven by paid ads only, I would highly recommend you reconsider that. You want to have more tools in your tool bag than just paid ads. Let's think about AEO as like planting an orchard. You can't expect to go out and throw seeds in the ground and harvest fruit tomorrow. I don't have an orchard, but from what I gather, it takes years and years to have a productive orchard. You nurture it, you water it. So after years, you have this orchard that's producing fruit. AEO is similar, just like SEO is similar. If you consistently grow it, you consistently water it, you put money into it, you invest into it, you will produce a sustainable source of leads and visibility and brand authority online. This is definitely a time of opportunity. The progressive shops are going to win. Those that are investing into local SEO and AEO early on are going to be the winners. They're going to build undisputable online authority and brand, and that is going to give them the competitive edge over the competition. So you are at an exciting time for your shop. I would say lean in, embrace it. There's elements of unknown, there's elements of scary, but lean into this opportunity because those that get in early are going to be the winners. I'd love to hear if you have any questions, any takeaways. Feel free to unmute yourself and or ask it in the chat. If you feel overwhelmed, I think I have one more slide here. If you feel overwhelmed and you feel like you need some help, I am happy to jump on a call with you and just talk through it, how this could be affecting your shop, how you want to move forward, what type of strategy you want to develop. So go ahead, if you're interested, scan that code and jump on my calendar. And I'm happy to sit down and chat with you about that. But if you have any questions now, I am at the end of my presentation. This is it, my friends. I don't see any questions in the chat. I am going to. Well, if there are no questions, I am going to wrap this up and we're going to get you guys back to work. I hope this was helpful. Michael has a question. Have you seen that social media has any effect on AI search results? So, Michael, that is a very good question. At this point, I don't have any data to back this as whether or not it helps. But as if you think about it this way, AI is creating a holistic brand of your shop. What I would be doing if I was running a brand strategy for your shop with that involves social media, be sure that you're tying your Google business profile as part of that into your posts, also your website into your Facebook posts, your Instagram posts, wherever you're, make sure you're tying your Google business profile locations, your website into your social media strategy. So then it connects, it's creating kind of those links that the AI can see the connection. Will it, will you see your AI searches pop to the top from that? Probably not. But here again, think about it like planting seeds. Make sure you incorporate that. Just play the long game there. I hope that was a good answer. Um, Mr. Woodfield, or maybe it's Miss Woodfield, I don't know, has a question. How do you get added to Chat GPT as top shop? Mr. Woodfield, that is the $1 million question. If I had the answer, I wouldn't be standing here right now. But I have a few ideas. There's no magic to get to being the top shop on ChatGPT. At this point, ChatGPT is not giving us any tools to become that, other than we need to ensure that we are feeding them the content, we're feeding them the data about us. If you don't have, if let's say you have OEM, you have Ford OEM certified, you're GM certified, you're Tesla certified, but you don't have that on your website. There's no content on your website speaking to it. Your schema on the backside of the website is not set up correctly where the bots can't crawl it and find out that you're Tesla certified. Your Google business profile doesn't mention that you're Tesla certified. How do we expect AI to know that we are Tesla certified or we're Ford certified or we're GM certified? AI is not magical in the sense that it can just see into your shop and be like, oh, sweet, these guys have Tesla certifications. No, we have to be feeding this data to them. And the portals, the access points we have is your website, your Google business profile, are the two key ones that you can feed this content and this data to chat gpt, to all the AI search engines out there, that will then in turn you give them that data, and then they know how to feed that, serve that to the prospects that are searching. So I don't know if that was a good, I hope that was a clear answer, Mr. or Miss Woodfield. No magic, but there are some tools that we do have. And here again, it's not something you can flip a switch on. You have to think about it as growing an orchard. You're going to plant the seeds. You're going to make sure everything is structured correctly. That will, and then in turn, slowly build your authority and your brand. I hope that was good feed. I hope you understand. I hope that made sense to you. Any other questions? Did I did I create some more questions with those answers? Good questions though. Appreciate them, Michael and Woodfield. All right. I think we're going to get this wrapped up and we're going to get you guys back at her. I'm just going to stop sharing. I appreciate you all taking the time to come on out and learn about how AI is search is changing the landscape out there in the search world. And if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out. You've got my email, you've got my contact information. I appreciate you all, and we will catch you on the other side. Take care, guys.